C'est notre spécialiste sur la chute.
Are you okay?
I am okay. I am not damaged. And like I said, breaking glass by accident very relaxed.
Okay, great to see you. Bonjour tout le monde. Mélanie Joly. I'm the Foreign Minister for des Affaires étrangères du Canada. So we've had very productive meetings here at the G7. I want to thank my good friend and host, Annalena Baerbock, for her great leadership of the G7 since the beginning of the year and of the crisis. And also I'm coming back from Kyiv. I was there with Prime Minister Trudeau over the weekend. One of the key takeaways that we had as the Canadian delegation is how much many cities across Ukraine, and particularly where we were, Irpin, are facing a huge demining issue. And families cannot go back to their homes or go back, and kids cannot go back to parks or playgrounds because there's so many landmines across the country. Now, Canada has been spearheading the issue of landmines for years. There is an important Ottawa Convention on the question of landmines. So we have announced support to map these landmines across Ukraine and also educate the population. But we need to do more, and we will do more. And the reconstruction of Ukraine cannot be done without demining. Second issue I wanted to address with you is certainly the question of food security. We know now that millions of tons of grains are now stuck in silos across Ukraine. We need to make sure that these cereals are sent to the world. If not, millions of people will be facing famine, particularly in the Middle East and Africa. And in that context, Canada will help. We are an agricultural power. We have a lot of knowledge and expertise in grain growing and grain shipping, and we will make sure to free Ukrainian wheat. Donc en français, bear with me. Voilà, je reviens. Je tiens à remercier mon homologue, la ministre des Affaires étrangères, Annalena Baerbock, pour son incroyable leadership tout au cours de cette rencontre du G7. Nous avons eu l'occasion de parler de plusieurs enjeux, mais particulièrement, tous les deux, nous revenons d'une visite à Kyiv. Une des choses qui est inévitable lorsqu'on se rend en Ukraine, c'est de voir à quel point il y a une présence de mines antipersonnelles partout à travers le territoire. Et donc, dans les circonstances, puisque le Canada a toujours démontré un leadership en matière de déminage, et particulièrement sur la question des mines antipersonnelles, nous allons en faire plus et nous devons procéder au déminage de l'Ukraine pour permettre la reconstruction de l'Ukraine. C'est fondamental de procéder au déminage de l'Ukraine pour reconstruire l'Ukraine. Et dans les circonstances, nous allons travailler certainement pour cartographier les mines, mais plus que ça, pour éduquer et éventuellement déminer. L'autre enjeu, c'est certainement la question de la sécurité alimentaire. Nous sommes très préoccupés par les questions de sécurité alimentaire. Pourquoi? Parce qu'il y a des millions de tonnes de céréales qui sont présentement pris dans les silos à grains de l'Ukraine. Et pour faire en sorte d'empêcher la famine de plusieurs personnes partout à travers le Moyen-Orient, également partout à travers l'Afrique, nous devons faire en sorte de libérer les grains, d'acheminer les grains de l'Ukraine un peu partout à travers l'Europe pour éventuellement se rendre en Afrique et au Moyen-Orient. Le Canada a beaucoup d'expertise en matière, certainement, d'agriculture. Nous avons plusieurs personnes particulièrement de descendance ukrainienne qui sont venues au Canada et qui produisent des céréales partout à travers nos terres, particulièrement dans les prairies. Et dans les circonstances, nous avons l'expertise pour acheminer le grain et aider les Ukrainiens à faire en sorte justement de se préparer pour la prochaine récolte. Parce qu'on doit libérer les silos à grains pour faire en sorte par la suite que la prochaine récolte puisse être entreposée. Donc voilà.
Minister,
Yes.
question on NATO.
Yes.
Turkey has said it's can I block the accession of Sweden to NATO. What is your message to Turkey?
Well, our goal as a country has always been to bridge different realities. It is important that we have a consensus. We believe firmly that Sweden and Finland should accede NATO. I look forward to speaking with Jens Stoltenberg a bit later this afternoon. And we wish also that there not only be an accession of Sweden and Finland, but a quick accession, which is fundamental in the circumstances as Finland and Sweden are looking for security guarantees.
Foreign Minister James Bay's Al Jazeera. There's a great deal of unity in the G7 in terms
Indeed.
of the opposition to Russia's war. What about the outcome, the eventual outcome? Chancellor Schulz had a call with President Putin. He said the number one priority was an immediate ceasefire. And yet you speak to the Ukrainians. I sat down with Foreign Minister for Labour yesterday afternoon. He said he won't accept any outcome that doesn't return all the territory from Ukraine, including Crimea. So there are differences on this. How do you bridge those differences and what is Canada?
Well, our position is that Ukraine should decide that. And it's up to President Zelensky and his government to decide what is a peaceful settlement, because it is in line with recognizing their sovereignty and territorial integrity. And it is a democratically elected government, and they need to make sure that they're supported by their people when taking that decision.
So they've said they want it all back. You support them. You will help them until they get it all back.
We will work with the Zelensky government. We've been providing weapons. We've been imposing strong sanctions. And at the end of the day, this is a government that needs to take their decision. Meanwhile, what Canada is doing is that we're providing expertise and counseling to the Ukrainian negotiators. We've been working with them, we've been advising them, and it is important that they get the right security mechanism, but at the same time that they're well suited to do these negotiations. We all know at this point that negotiations at this time are not happening. Why? Because in order to be at in a position of force at the negotiation table, they need to have hard power. They need to show strength also on the battlefield, and therefore hard power is fundamental before soft power in the circumstances. Yes?
You spoke about the grain problem. What concretely is Canada and the G7 doing to get the grain out? And Canada is also pressing ahead on seizing Russian state assets. Were you able to convince your particularly European counterparts here that that's a feasible thing for them to do?
I'll start with the end of your question. So yes, Canada is the first country of the G7 to go ahead with a legislation that not only empowers the government to seize assets, but afterwards to make sure that we sell these assets and we provide the proceeds to the victims of the war and to help the reconstruction of Ukraine. It is fundamental that the Ukraine war be also, it is fundamental that the reconstruction of Ukraine be funded by the perpetrators of this war. There's a lot of interest on the part of G7 members. We've definitely had the conversation about this. The US is already following suit on this as the Congress is discussing about it, but also the European Union is very interested as well. And on the question of food security, we will work with many countries to find a solution. But I would say also we are willing to send ship containers to different key European ports to provide the capacity and eventually send the grains to the Middle East and Africa. And I look forward to talking also with Tony Blinken later today about this very issue. Good? Aucune question en français? Mais je suis presque triste. OK, merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. Thank you.